Hello everybody, welcome. Hello everybody, welcome to today's stream. Hopefully you are all doing well. We are here for Season 7, Round 13 for SRL. We are here for the Belgium Grand Prix. We're going to be quickly doing some laps around the track in the time that we have before the session starts. And we'll get into this. It's been a great season so far. We won't be joined by Lewis today. We're still having some issues with our echo. We're trying to get that sorted out soon, but Lewis will not be joining today for the SRL race. So we're starting a little bit later today, as you may know. We usually start at 1 o'clock on Saturdays. However, today has changed a little bit. As you can tell, we are streaming at 3 o'clock, and I'm pretty sure it's just more because it's a more convenient time for drivers. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly apply a setup. In fact, we'll apply Sandro's setup so we can see what his car feels like, sort of. But yeah, we'll talk about this track. It's one of the most famous tracks, I believe. Well, anyway, I can't know if it's one of the more sort of internationally recognised tracks. It's going to be quite fun to drive this track to see how we do. So, coming down straight here, we've got DRS zone. And then heading into turn 1, this will be a big overtaking opportunity. You can go inside line, you can go outside line. It's a nice sweeping one, but you've always got to hit that apex and get a good exit because you want a good run down the second sort of pitch straight here. But this one leads towards two of the most famous corners in motor racing, Eau Rouge and Radion. Don't expect any overtaking really up here, but maybe expect some crashing, especially if the conditions change. DRS wide open down the Kemmel straight. Down the Kemmel straight, you head into Le Combe. Le Combe, you can have some overtaking inside and outside. However, you've got to be careful of this curb here because it's very easy to spin on it. And then, of course, you head out through this part and out of Le Combe. Quite easy to invalidate on these two corners here. That one just we had there, and this part here, you can go over and validate it. Into this corner, I'm not sure what the name of it is. However, all I know is that it's a very difficult corner because it's a downhill braking. It's hard to pull it back down, so for any non-ABS drivers, you could see a lot of lockups, maybe some collisions into that corner. Then you head through No Name, not really much of overtaking one here, but a nice sweeping sort of corner, 90 degrees. Then you head down towards Huon. Now this one will be interesting to see how the drivers take this, because this is a very quick corner. However, these curbs here, and the one a little bit further around, are absolutely lethal. If you hit one of those, there's a good chance you can spin. And it's very easy to do. And the same with this curb as well. Sometimes when you pull it back around, it can clip that curb just there and spin the car around. Heading down into the next little chicane here. Could be some overtaking, but it depends on how you take that. But again, you can take quite a bit of curb through there. It can go nicely for you. Into this double right-hander here. Very quick. Again, not too much overtaking there. However, it's very easy to go off at that final right-hander. Then you go through to Blanchement, which is this corner here. It's side-by-side racing there. It's very easy to get to, very dangerous. And then you head towards the bus stop chicane. Gone under some changes over its time in Formula 1, but this is the layout that we use in 2022. So, that was a talk-through lap of Belgium, and now we're going to try and do somewhat of a flying lap. So that was a 1:43.3. Definitely could have been a lot quicker. As we'll probably see by entering the lobby now, as we are going to do so as we speak. There we go, joining the lobby now. As you should be. Hang on, sorry. Apologies, let me just accept the invite. For some reason it didn't let me accept the invite or at least join the lobby. There you go. And while we do that, I'll quickly check messages while we're loading in. Max Mulder saying Spa with a bunch of hearts. And of course, if you weren't here, last week we did race here at Spa for the GT3 series. It was a very interesting race, unlucky for some and lucky for others, but some great driving nonetheless, though, from many drivers out on the grid. And as you see, we already have 14 drivers ready and waiting. And I just realised I'm in game chat, so I'm going to start a party and move on.
Yeah, because he was in DCM with Alba.
Oh yeah, true. Well, there is a potential.
Apologies for that. Just need to start a party quickly because otherwise it goes straight into game chat. So yeah. So in terms of the, well, we got an interesting post from the SRL Instagram. If you don't already follow and you haven't really seen it, it was a throwback to season 2 of Belgium GP 5 years ago on F1 2015, I believe that looks like, when the two championship leaders, Alex Beneracetti and Nick van Gelder, dramatically collided on the exit of Stavolo. Oh, that's Stavolo. Okay, that's good. Stavolo was the double right, I believe, so that's good to know. Yeah, Nick ran wide on exit, losing control of his car. The championship leader, Beneracetti, had nowhere to go, and both drivers lost their front wing. While Beneracetti was able to recover to third, Nick unfortunately had to settle for a 6th place finish. But anyway, we will get on to a bit more modern, of a modern sort of situation. We have got, in fact, the F1 standings, and these are the standings coming into the race today. So Jensen Randall currently leading the championship by 248 points. Logan in the Alpine in second with 174, followed by his teammate Alexi with 140 points. Third, in 4th place is Sandro. Really good season for Sandro, but he's closing in on Alexi quite quickly. But Alexi still ahead though. Nick with 99 points in 5th place. Max Mulder ahead in 6th place with 71 points. However, Dion is only 1 point behind him coming into this race. 70 points, followed by Jesper with 59 points in 8th place. In 9th place, that is Ren with 46 points, and Jurg in 10th place with 40 points. Now looking at the Constructors' Championship, it's a little bit closer at some points, very close at some points. But however, the fight for the lead in the championship is very, 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 very not close. The sort of leaders at the moment are Mercedes with 388 points, an amazing points tally for the black Mercedes drivers, black car I should say. Scuderia Ferrari with 197 points in second, Alpine in third with 184 points, Red Bull with 140 points in 4th place. Then this is where it gets very, very, very close. It's Haas and AlphaTauri on the exact same amount of points, 74 points. So just behind them is Aston Martin, 71 points. 20 points behind them is McLaren in 8th. In 9th place is Alfa Romeo with 26 points, and in last place is Williams with 19 points. So then, looking at the drivers that are currently in fact we are missing out. We are missing one of the big hitters. If you haven't noticed already, a certain Jensen Randall is not here at the moment. However, he may be joining a little bit later on. I need to have a look and see who Charles Leclerc is, just so I can, well, not call him Charles Leclerc, but to call him by his actual name. We're still waiting on a driver. In fact, that might be. No, Jensen is not here. I don't know if I don't think I missed a message. We've got 4 drivers running up at the moment. Who is Charles Leclerc. Just for a driver, so for any viewers that don't know, that is. And we may be seeing one more Alfa Romeo in Jerome Shokins. Jerome is concerned as GTXV Nicky Lauda, so don't know if he's joining at all. We are, however, at those 6 minutes over 3 o'clock, which means we should be getting going at the moment. Getting ready to go. And I just turn my mic volume up, so just quickly change that around quickly so that you can hear my voice a little bit better. Is that the right one? No, it's not. That's not the right one. Hang on. Just adjust my microphone a little. Yeah. Well, that should be okay there, I think. Got a couple clicks. But yeah, so it seems to be the collective of drivers like this track. However, it is very, very busy for safety cars. Whenever I've done league races or even just commentated on races, it's always been a bit crazy for safety cars, and no doubt we'll probably see some today. Unfortunately, it's going to mean that some drivers may have to crash out and not finish, but just a little bit more, okay. Try that, shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I don't want to be absolutely killing everyone's ears, but we've got 15 drivers readied up out of 16. Just need Nick to ready up, and then we'll be going straight into the race. Well, sorry, straight into qualifying, I should say. And of course, weather conditions are definitely going to be a big part of this track. I've got a feeling we're going to see some mixed conditions racing. I've got a feeling. Sometimes in qualifying we can get a bit of a giveaway of that sometimes. We do sometimes see drivers maybe throw strategy out of the window and we'll just go for quickest lap time possible so they can get the best position possible for the race. But we'll find out though as we load into qualifying. Let's see. Sandever saying love this track. It's a very fun track. I think it sort of lends itself to a lot of drivers. Unless you're someone that likes tight, twisty tracks, then you're not really gonna, I guess, enjoy this track very much. But yeah, the large collective of people that I race with and race against, they all pretty much have the same collective of they really like Spa, and it seems to be a bit of a fan and driver favourite. And it's probably why it's been on the F1 calendar for so long. Even though it has a bit of a dark shadow over it in terms of the incidents and some of the safety concerns that have been around the track for a while. Here we go, we're loading and it's raining. It is raining here at Spa. And already we see Adelino Ho retiring. I believe he has a qualifying ban, which is probably why he's just left. So immediately, though, it means that one Alpine will be starting at the back of the grid. Will the other Alpine, though, be starting in pole position? We'll find out today then. It sounds like cars will be... I don't know how many drivers would have prepared for a wet setup, but we do see the Mercedes there in the garage. And it looks... There we go, it's into weather. But it looks like... And we've got the Williams also coming out straight away. And it's Brian who's already out of the pits straight away. And see how it looks on board with the on board with the Welsh driver, and he's unfortunately we've got a bit of an engine glitch on him, but get to really see what it's like out there. That is Alexei just behind Christian. But more and more drivers starting to come out now. So that's Sandro, and in front of him looked like, yeah, it's Logan, and they're getting ready. As you hear the V6s roaring around the Belgian hills as we look at the pits. For now, at least, we'll be looking at the pits just to see if anyone else decides to come out. That's a driver all the way at the end there. That looks like a Alpine or a AlphaTauri. It is an AlphaTauri. I believe that's Jesper coming out of the pits. We'll see if anyone else decides to follow. But it seems to be a lot of drivers are hanging on. Well, sorry, holding off for now. As we hear him rocketing up the straight there. It's a really cool sound design to get to hear that. As we see a little bit further down as well, looks like a Haas, but to come out it is a Haas. And we will flick over to the Williams of Brian, as I believe we can hear him now. And in fact, that's Senna, they're just coming out the pits now. But Brian, though, first flying lap of the session. Let's see how he does in the Williams. Ooh, lights up the rears a little bit coming out the corner. But he's going to come charging down towards turn one. Turns the car and second guesses himself a little bit on the turn in there, but he's managed to get it. Oh, there's a Red Bull almost stopped there. And I believe that's Jur. It is, it's Jur who was almost parked on the racing line there. Brian drifting a little bit, maybe a little bit wide there. And he has to shift down a little bit there. I don't know if that was to save himself from going straight on across the chicane there, but as he heads down the Kemmel straight down towards Lecombe, we watched from this shoulder cam, taking lots of curb. He hasn't invalidated yet, which is good. Gives yellow flags in sector 1 at the moment, but we'll look towards those. Probably never actually, because we're going to be watching this lap. So we see him head down towards No Name. Oh, rear end's massively sliding out there. He's going to lose a bunch of time due to that. And the conditions look a little bit iffy as he heads through Pouon. Doesn't look like he's going to spin it. He's going to keep away from those curbs, but tight enough so that he's going to take the shortest way around the track into the chicane now. Hits it nicely. He gets it turned quite nicely as well. As he head into Stavolo, he goes a little bit wide. Close, but no invalidation. And he comes roaring down towards Blanchiment. Gotta be careful you don't go wide there, but he hasn't done. Then heading down towards the bus stop chicane, he's got clean air in front of him. And we're going to watch the Williams driver, Brian, as he's about to set the first lap, but he's spun, and into the wall he goes, hard into the wall. Ah, and what looked like he was going to be the first driver to put a lap in, unfortunately spins there. So now we're going to watch Alexei being the first driver to set a proper lap. Well, I'll say that Brian puts 209 in, but it won't be that. It'll be a 153.3 in the background there. That is the Haas of Eric Holm. No, it's not. It's Christian. And Christian goes second place, 2.3 seconds off. Then there's Logan, 6/10 quicker. 6/10 quicker with a 152.6. There's a McLaren not too far behind as well. That's Robin. He's coming around for his outlap though. Sandro there. Sandro about to cross the line. Can he get into the top 3 himself? He does. 2.7 seconds off. It's a spinner, I believe. It's Nick. It's Nick. Just in the exit of Blanchimont. Might have hit the curb on the inside there. Maximildo about to come around and start his first lap, but he's going to go straight out. He's got wing damage. Don't know if that was from contact with the Red Bull driver, or if he'd done that himself, but he's made it even worse in the pits. And he's really struggling out in these wet conditions here. Coach Eric Home, but unfortunately he has invalidated his lap, so we'll look at Senna. And Senna now about to head into the final sector. Hopefully he keeps it valid. He goes a little bit wide there. That shouldn't invalidate his lap though. Doesn't look like he's gained any time really as he heads charging through Stavelot. Pedal to the metal through Blanchimont. Keeps it in. Here's the other flags there. Might be a car out of fuel though. But still, we're going green now anyway. But we're going to watch Senna though. It's careful on that exit. We've already seen one car drop it there, but he hasn't done this time round. It's a P5 for Senna. Meanwhile, it's Alexei, I don't... No, it's 1.2 seconds off, so he won't be getting anything in this time. There's a car slow there, or spun. It's Ivan on... Well, on no wing at the moment, so that's probably why. And then Senna getting back up to speed again. It looks like he might have spun. And we've got Robin here. Actually, just in front of him is Sandro. Logan goes even quicker. 1.2 seconds quicker with a 152.1. An amazing lap here. Can Sandro do anything to try and get himself into a higher position? He knows that he can improve. That's why he's kept himself out. And he does improve by 7/10, but we're going to look at Robin here. Robin goes P5 with his lap. And Brian going straight into the pits. That's Yannick, teammate of Robin there, going up and over Radion to start his first flying lap. We're going to flick over to Nick. What's Nick on at the moment? Not a very quick lap. Maybe a top 5 if he's lucky. There's a spinner though. It's Sam from the looks of it. And Nick goes P5. Not a bad lap there in terms of position, but how far he is off of the leaders, that's quite a margin. Oh, and Sam, luckily there, didn't get onto the throttle. He noticed that Nick was there, but I'm sorry, not Nick. He noticed that Jurg was there, but that was very close between the AlphaTauri driver and the Red Bull driver. It's a spinner there. Senna in the Alfa Romeo, and he's going to let the Mercedes go there. And he should be able to get up to speed. We may have to let through the Alpine. There's more yellow flags later on, but we've got Yannick here though. And it looks like there's a car there just letting other cars through on the inside line. There is Ivan actually. Oh, Senna's crashed, Senna's crashed! And Senna has crashed. We're going to watch Yannick, and so Sandro. Oh no, he's retired from the session. But we see there, that's the car there, Senna's car, off to the inside there. He's had big contact with the wall, no doubt. Sandro retiring from the session, very... Oh no, wait, no, he's crashed out as well. Oh, I didn't see that. I was looking at the Ferrari in the pits, so I didn't see that. Hopefully his car doesn't despawn by the time Nick gets to it. I'd like to see... Oh no, it does, damn it. So Sandro's session over before he's really managed to get anything out of it. And already, Alexi's made up the time by a long way to Logan on his first lap around. And because of these inters means they can just keep going around and around and around for laps. Hopefully, Alexi doesn't run out of fuel on this lap, but we are watching him now. Logan into the pits. Sorry, he's already in the pits. Sitting pretty with a lap that's 6/10 quicker. But the thing is though is that Alexi's quick, and he was already up on the Logan in the first sector. Maybe not quicker than him, but definitely a PB. I don't remember it. I think it said it was purple, but I don't think it could have been, or would have been. Seems like a kerfuffle in the pits there, maybe in a spinner. As you watch Alexi, yeah, he's quick, but not quick enough. And as he lost all of his time in the final sector, this could be why he's keeping the lap on, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to take pole position, at least for now. He's on a low fuel run, and Sam has crashed out as well. As you see his car, oh, in the middle of the track. That's dangerous. And it actually will come into the pits, but car's having to dodge Sam's stricken AlphaTauri there. That's going to be a bit scary if you're coming up the top of the hill and you see that right in front of you. Let's go for Christian. Christian's still P4 at the moment. Let's see what he can do. He's 10th off this time round there. As you see, a lot of the cars with their validations on their laps, except Brian. Brian going 2/10 quicker in the first sector. And he's just going to put a sort of a half good lap in, really, here. And Sandra saying just push too much. And yeah, it looked like it was a Stavolo. Interesting though, Alexi's fitted the soft tyre. Is he going to gamble here and put on some dries? This could force everyone else's hand. What does Logan do? If he's... I mean, I'm assuming Alexi's dead serious about this. And Benko on the lap. Didn't catch his sector times. He's valid though. But we'll find out when it comes to the line whether or not it's going to be anything good, or at least looking at his lap time before he crosses the line might give us a little idea. It's not a bad sort of starter, I think. I don't know if it'll be quicker than his own previous lap time. It is by 3/10. It's a PB, but not enough to make him go up any positions. We're watching Brian here, 5/10 quicker. Hasn't spun this lap. He's just going to make sure he doesn't spin it. Coming out of this corner, he'll be extra careful. That might hurt his lap time though. Let's see what this lap time can be. Maybe a P4 or P5. He goes P6, only 2/10 off of Neek, so he's going to definitely stay out and try and go quicker this time round. And there's a McLaren coming out of the pits. That is Yannick. And still Ivan, Max and Eric, who have not set a laps yet. They're all kind of in a bit of a row here. There's drivers everywhere. Nikon is out lap. Is that his teammate just behind him? Or there's yellow flags. It's Ivan's out. Ivan's out of the session. Let's see where his car has ended up. Ooh, interesting. Interesting place for it. Sorry, interesting place to crash. And I wonder if Alexi's waiting just for this rain to maybe pass over a little bit. Dion is in the pits and he's fitted the softs as well. And I don't know how many of the drivers will have to stream on, but maybe they're keeping their eyes glued, seeing what people are fitting. There's 4 minutes left. I wonder if Alexi's just going to go out on track with enough time to do one flying lap, because that could just be it. That could be enough. And enough time for him to be able to make sure that he doesn't retaliate. Big lock up there for Christian. Christian, though, that looks good, though. That does look really good. This could be enough to improve and maybe even get past Sandra, as I've missed that. Eric has gone P3, and it's a Haas 3-4. I think it's the first time in a long time that a Haas have had two cars. Ren was the one who's scoring most of the points for them. That's why he's still so high up in the championship standings, is Ren. But now you've got two Hasses who are shining here. We've got another McLaren coming out. That is Robin, P8 at the moment. He'll be wanting to improve. That's Jur. And who just crossed the line? That was Brian going P6. She's managed to get past Neek. But the question is, though, because we are interested in this battle for the lead in qualifying, who comes out first? And surely when it goes 3 minutes, or at least 2 minutes 30, if you're oh, who's that? That's Max coming out. If you're, there we go, it hit 3 minutes and it's crunch time now for Alexei. What does Logan do though? Logan surely is sat in the pits waiting, and he's put the softs on. He's put the softs on. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a battle here. The stopwatch is the referee for this fight. As we're watching Ur coming out, goes P6 now. Good lap for Ur. He could improve a little bit maybe on his lap time, but it's a good lap time nonetheless though. There's the Haas of Eric Holm going to be going on for another lap. His teammate though, Christian, looking good. Might even try and overtake his teammate. He's gone wide though at Blanchiment, and on a low fuel run he's not going to be able to make it. How is Alexei doing out here on these tyres? Dion's also out on track as well. And I believe Logan is currently exiting the pits. He is. The throttle's being applied on his car. He's just exiting the pits now. And there he is. Your current runner-up in the championship. He won't want to be runner-up today. He's going to try and take as many points as possible with Red Jensen not being able to race today. This is the biggest opportunity, or one of the biggest opportunities he's had. I believe France was the last time that he wasn't here, that Logan wasn't here. So Jensen wasn't here and Logan was. Watching Yannick now. Yannick, if he goes off of this lap time that he set before, he will go past his teammate. Can he even get? Yeah, he does. He gets past his teammate 1.3 seconds quicker. So he goes up into P9. And he's ahead McLaren at the moment. Nick up on his lap. Ur up on his lap as well. Unfortunately, Eric down on his, but these guys are going to be taking a big risk here. There's 3 drivers on the softs, and we could see Dion jump from P12 to a much higher position. Let's find out though. Ur, who's on a very good lap. He's 3/10 up on me. Checked in on him earlier. He's looking quick. This lap would be a PB if he goes for that final sector. Can he go above Sandro? He doesn't. It's a PB. Nick just behind. Nick goes up into P7, 8/10 quicker. Brian in the pits can't do anything about it, but that is Alexei there. Alexei on a low fuel run. It's a Haas, I believe that's had an incident. There, it's Eric Holm. And he's going to retire from the session on track, so he's going to keep a P3 for now at least. DRS has been enabled. That's huge. That's huge. DRS has been enabled. And Alexei, Max Mulder retired from the session. I believe there's another crasher as well. No, it's just a spinner. It's Nick, but Nick's going to have to get out of the way. He's got a Ferrari of Dion just behind him. But there's a car of the session, and that is Max Mulder at No Name. We're just about to come down to that. That's Ur in front. Ur's going to have to get out of the way so he doesn't block Alexei. There is Max. That's where he's gone off. That's where he's crashed. Ur's doing the same thing. Ur's doing the same thing. He's dropped it into the barrier. I don't believe it. It's just happened right in front of our eyes. Does he spin? He doesn't. An aggressive line through Pouon there. Oh my god, what have we just witnessed? That was the most ballsiest bit of driving I've seen from the Finnish driver here, and then we just saw Ur put it into the barrier. What's the lap time here? He's 4/10 quicker. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's going to have to put in one hell of a final sector. There's not really many corners that you can capitalise off of here. We're going to watch Logan here though. Logan hasn't had to deal with a lot of the traffic that Alexei has as well. That's the only thing that might go against him. But we're going to have to watch now as Alexei, he was 4/10, almost 5/10 up on the pole time. He's like, oh, he almost spun it. You can hear the revs picking up on Alexei's car. And Alexei comes across the line to go 6/10 quicker on pole, 151.4 in sketchy conditions. But now we're going to watch the American. We didn't catch his second sector time, but no doubt it's going to be quick. But the question is, how quick? Logan now coming down towards the bus stop chicane. He's only got 2 corners. Will he take P2, or will he be able to snatch P1 in the dying moments? And Logan will take pole position by 1.5 seconds. An amazing lap from the American, and the Alpine driver takes another pole position. Respect to Alexei, he survived some pretty ballsy driving. Nick spun off again. Nick might as well just retire at the moment. He's the only car that hasn't retired yet. But I think he's just having a bit of fun. in the rain, I guess. But what a lap from the American. And a well-deserved pole position. But that's such a spread out field. As soon as you chuck a bit of water onto the track, it really separates everyone out, and that's a perfect example of that there. Very large gaps between the drivers. But Logan, though, will take pole position for the Belgian Grand Prix. I believe this happened as well in the GT3 race. I believe it was Logan that took pole position from Max. But unfortunately his race didn't go very well in the 2.4 hour. How will it go today though? We don't know. But there you go then. That is your pole sitter, Logan, P1, followed by Alexei in P2. A valiant effort, but I think he just had too many obstacles in his way that cost him. But then again, though, I think Logan just had that bit more pace in him. Followed by Eric Holm and Christian in the Haas. So a Haas row 2, really good to see from them. Sandra in P5. P6 is Jur, P7 is Dion, P8 is Nick, P9 is Brian, P10 is Yannick, P11 is Robin, P12 is Senna, P13 is Sam, P14 is sorry, brain's gone, Ivan, P15 is Max, and P16 is Adelino. I believe Adelino though has a qualifying ban, hence why he retired so early on in the session. But yeah, Brian, I've just seen Brian in the chat saying amazing timing from the Alpine to pick up all the DRS zones. Although Brian's left, but picking up all the DRS zones, and of course with those dry tyres. I mean, to be fair as well, it was a bit more. Oh god, it's even heavier rain. Oh god, yeah, that's heavy rain. That is heavy rain. The puddles on track say it all. As you watch the podium getting absolutely rinsed, the marshals getting rinsed, and the car's bouncing for some reason. But a couple of drivers lagging out. We can see Jur joining now, and we should see Brian hopefully joining or rejoining to take control of his car. The drivers will be setting up the strategies, taking out fuel, and we'll be wondering if it is going to go dry. At this rate, though, I'd be surprised if it does go dry, just because of how the rain is looking. It's going to have a real quick sort of change to make any real impact in this race. We've got 22 laps of Spa, and we are going to do the grid rundown. So, P1 though is Logan. P2 is Alexei, P3 is Eric Holm, P4 is Christian, P5 is Sandro, P6 is Jur, P7 is Dion, P8 is Nick, P9 is Brian, P10 is Yannick, P11 is Robin, P12 is Senna, P13 is Sam, P14 is Ivan, P15 is Max Mulder, and P16 is Charles Leclerc, or Adelino, I should say. I imagine everyone's gone for the wets. I think it'd be suicide if you were to try and go onto any other tyre. And there you go, see everyone on the wet tyre there. And yeah, should be very interesting. Of course, we'll see the AWS predicted strategy come up, but it would just be wets basically, unless there's possibility of a flag to flag race. And thank you, Yannick, thank you very much, saying full rain race. So no strategy really coming into this other than when to change onto your wets. I don't know if you can go to the end on these tyres, maybe if you stretch it, but I doubt it very much. I think it's just going to be a one-stop strategy, but it'll be very interesting to see how this all works out. And a very big gap actually between Sandro and Jur here. I think it's because Jur is he's lagged out. I think that's why. His AI going very slowly. Actually, no, he said he'd rejoined, so I don't know why unless he's having an issue taking control of his car, or if he's trying to save some fuel. Robin's disqualified from the session. Oh, it's a big one. Yannick, Robin, and Senna all disqualified from the session, so they'll be starting the race on very cold tyres. And speaking of cold tyres, look at the leaders. They're so far up, and now the field's being backed up a little bit here by Logan. That's not going to stop him. It's Brian now taking control of his car, hopefully, as he's just joined the session as Brian. but very spread out in terms of the field. And look at this, Max Mulder and Adelino here holding up everyone else so much more here, and they're going to have to get a move on. But it will disadvantage the rest with how long they have to sit on the grid for, especially the leader, and that is one Alpine. It's an Alpine sandwich, one at the top, one at the bottom. But the one at the bottom, though, is taking a long time to get to the grid, and he's going to severely disadvantage his teammate here. And it all depends on how much they've warmed up their tyres, but they're all here now. But no doubt they'll be a little bit frustrated at how long it's taken the two cars at the back there to form up. And they haven't even come to a complete stop yet. And finally they do all line up, and now we're just going to wait for everyone to get checked in. And they'll lobby to almost recognise everyone's actually here. And hopefully it doesn't mean that one person has to leave. It may do though. We may see someone has left the session just to help it out. Some lovely tree shots there. Fortunately one person may have to leave. No one joined, I don't think, mid-quali. As you cycle through the cameras here, just waiting. Brian's left the session. That might be it. I can't tell. But the red lights have not yet come on, so it may also be Jur that has to leave, considering he left halfway through the formation lap. We're all sat there very patiently waiting, but nothing's happening at the moment. And hopefully we'll get to have some red lights coming on as we sit and wait. And that's what Logan can see. And I think Jur may have to leave. I think Jur may have to leave. As the lobby is in fact playing up, I'll have a look at the chats quickly. I think Jur may be the issue. And it sounds like Jur and Sandro, but I believe Sandro is the host though. And they're all talking at the moment. I think it is Jur, because Jur left midway through the formation lap. And I believe it's just not gonna hurt, it's not gonna work. So a lot of drivers telling him to leave now. And I will second that as well. Jur will have to leave. It says Sandro's also loading, but I think that also might be because of Jur. If Jur leaves, it should form everything back up. So yeah, Sandro's the host, so it can't really change that. I think there's the reason why it's saying that Sandro's loading is just because it's just messing up. Oh, God's sake. This predicted pit stop strategy. I think if you do go for a 2-stop, I don't know why, but yeah, we're currently waiting on. Apparently, Ur has already left. I don't remember seeing his name come up though. No, they're talking in Dutch. That's fun. Oh, amazing! My game's just crashed.